থেকে তো
শুধু গজল ঠুমরি and খেয়াল
this is streaming
সৌধতেও
live
থাকে।
now. This is streaming live
বাহ,
now.
আমরা many thanks those who are watching this important live series, show the Facebook live talk and concert series. So this live is available in Saudha Ghazal Thumri and Kheyal Festival, and perhaps it being available now
It is.
in Saudha profile. It will be available in many Saudha's partners profile as well. So many thanks those who are watching and wanting to be the part of this very celestial session, music and talk. As you know, this talk series, this talk and concert series started with an aim to come to you, audiences, and give a bit solace, give a bit remedy, mental remedy for spiritual and mental crisis, I should say. So we came with, we aim to connect you just to be in association with you, with the power of music. And this is such an honor that audiences are loving it. Audiences are spreading this to the rest of the world. And audience, many wonderful feedbacks. And more importantly, musicians are proving more than any time before that music or performers, other performing arts, because as you know, Saudha deals with many other art forms around the globe. So many performers from different parts of globe are connecting with a hope to display, to portray the best art form that they are devoted for. Many thanks to those artists, many thanks to their beautiful, stupendous artistic journey, and many thanks to you, audiences. So let me check whether you found the everything okay. You found the live okay. We'll come back to you. Let me check with, let me introduce our panel first. And then perhaps you all found it. I'm just asking my panel members, you found the link okay, and perhaps you managed to share. Let me introduce Mitul, Shahid Mitul first, a regular part and parcel of this process, of this panel, a spoken word artist and a concert organizer. Many thanks, Mitul, for joining. And did you find the link okay to share?
Yes, absolutely. It's been shared on Saudha's page.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
And then I also would like to introduce our another regular panel member, Jasmine Chaudhary, a political activist, also an art music connoisseur. Many thanks, Jasmine, for joining. And did you manage to find it okay? Find the live streaming okay?
I did.
This should be available in Saudha's profile. Is it?
I did find the link.
Okay,
Mr. Bai.
great.
And many thanks for having me on this session.
Many thanks, Jasmine. Let me also introduce other panel members, especially one of the finest Tagore singers here in UK, and also a founder of 3 wonderful organizations, Robi Bharati, Niyom, a wonderful human being, Sanjay Dey. Many thanks, Sangeeta, for joining today. And did you find the link
Namaskar,
okay?
Adab to everyone. And it's really a privilege to be a part of this wonderful concert. I was just looking forward to this one. All the best to all of the members and to the artist. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you for having me.
Is the link operating okay, Sangeeta? Did you
Yes, I
find
am.
the
I'm
link?
just. I just. Yeah, I'm just finding this one, and I was just trying to find it out from your profile, but it is not coming up from your profile. Is it?
My profile.
Yeah, from
I've done it
your.
just now.
It
I've
is
done it just now.
Oh, all
available
right.
on Saudha's profile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
I've
I
done
can
it.
find it, but I was just checking it out whether I
No,
can
no.
get it from yours.
Yeah. I've just
Okay.
done it now. Yes.
Okay, then fine. Then it's fine. Yeah.
Let me also introduce another regular panel member, one of the finest Indian semi-classical vocalists here in UK, and also founder of another wonderful North-based musical organization, Pratibha Art Forms, Pratibha Performing Arts, Srimati Shomana Mollik Boshu. Many thanks, Shomana, for joining as part of this token concert series.
Thank you, Kaishubhai, and thank you, Shodho, for having me. And looking forward to another hypnotic evening with you all.
Many thanks. And did you find the link okay, Shomana?
Yes, I have already shared it, Kaishubhai. It was
That's
on
okay.
Shodho's page. I couldn't find
Shodho's
it on
page.
your page.
Yeah. I just noticed this and I did it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Many thanks. Let me introduce the main attention of today's token concert series. Vidushi Sangeeta Bandopadhyay. Many thanks. Namaskar to you. Many thanks for joining as part of talk
Namaskar.
and concert series. Did you find the link okay?
Yeah,
Sangeeta ji?
till now it's okay. Yeah.
So you managed to share, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
For those who haven't listened to Sangeeta ji's performance before, or Sangeeta's musical journey, just a very short introduction, and then we'll explore more and more. So Sangeeta Bandopadhyay ji is one of the leading Indian classical vocalists and a rare musician to be trained under three famous and celebrated Gharanas, School of Music, namely Lucknow, Patiala, and Indur Gharana. So which attracts me a lot, and then we will try to discover on this more, along with her beautiful performance. So Sangeeta ji learned from Pandit Chinmoy Lahari of Lucknow Gharana and Ustad Munabbur Ali Khan, as you know, the son of Ustad Bade Bori Ghulam Ali Khan ji. And then Pandit Kamal Banerjee ji, one of the foremost disciples of Amir Khan ji. So this is another quest to see how her music is shaped under these three beautiful Gharanas. But let us start with a bit of performance first of all, and then we'll come back to you audiences and then explore a bit more on Sangeeta ji's musical journey. So Sangeeta ji, first of all, how are you?
I don't know how I am, but I should say I'm okay. Actually, this is such a difficult time that you can't really say that you are okay mentally. We are trying hard, we are trying our best to keep ourselves safe from this invisible enemy who can attack anybody at any point of time. So, okay, I'm okay. I'm still okay. We are still fine.
And if you briefly could say a few words on Kolkata, how is Kolkata now? Are we all okay well, it's not okay definitely, but are we managing to follow self-isolation?
All over the India, the situation all over the India is not really very nice. I mean, it's quite alarming. You know, the cases are increasing by leaps and bounds. I mean, so and compared to that, the treatment system, it is not really working. I mean, it has been all over the world the same, because the more you have cases, the support system becomes becomes smaller than the cases. So in Kolkata, we have a lot of cases now, and also yesterday it was almost 150 cases, new cases. So I hope it will be better, but
Sure,
now
it has to be better.
not really that good. Yeah.
So how could you start with, Sangeeta ji? Perhaps a bit of devotional something so that you can focus on
First of all,
devotion,
my warmest
the
regards
magic of music.
and wishes to all of you, and all the members of Shodho Arts. I'm really thankful to all of you to give me a nice platform. I mean, you have been working for art and culture, Indian art and culture, for so long, and it's been really, I mean, it's a really great thing to to find somebody. You know, we're the artists, so we need a patrons support also, who will be projecting art, the forms of art. So it's really great that what you're doing, and I'm really my best wishes, my regards to all of you. And I also send my regards to all the viewers who are viewing, who are finding time to view all this program. Now, shall I start with a bhajan or a little bit
Yeah,
of
sure.
rag?
That would be great. Yeah. Perhaps Kheyal, if my choice, if you could start with a short form of Kheyal.
Okay. Is the Kanpura okay?
Yeah.
This was Raaga Chandrapans, a bandish from my guru, Pandit Chinmay Ji.
Many thanks. Perhaps we can go for a bit of comments from our audiences. Metal.
Yes, Gaurav Majumdar ji is watching with us.
Many
He
thanks,
has
Gaurav ji.
namaskar. Anand Patil, namaste everyone. Srikant Padmanabhan, very nice. Abu Sahib.
Is the sound okay? Just to
Yes,
please let us know if sound wise
oh,
okay. That is why we came back to the audiences.
the
So
voice is fading a little bit. That's the only thing.
Yeah, my suggestion is if you could, yeah, Sangeeta ji, if you could put the Tanpura's volume a little bit down.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will help. Yeah.
Right. Many thanks, Sangeeta ji. It's what a great start with Chandrakush. Could Jasmine read something after this before we engage in conversation?
Okay, I'll read something devotional from Khalil Gibran.
Khalil Gibran, wow.
From the Prophet. Then a woman said, "Speak to us of joy and sorrow." And he answered, "Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well for which your laughter rises are oftentimes filled with your tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow curves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it. It is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has seen your delight. Thank you.
Wow, many thanks.
Very
So, Sangeeta ji, first of all, let us start with the question that I always was thinking to ask after reading and listening to your music. If you kindly cover the three maestros from three different Gharanas a bit through perhaps from your talk, and also how this is something that I'm personally interested in, how this three Gharanas shaped your music. Is it like sort of when you learned Thumri from Munawwar Ali Khanji, you just did the way you learned from Munawwar Ali Khanji, or you tried to merge some other things from other Gharanas when you sing? So that is something that I'm interested to find out.
Before I start about my gurus, saying something about my gurus,
Hmm.
first I'll have to say that my father is an internationally famed tabla maestro, Pandit Shankar Chatterjee. And
Yeah. That's
music, yeah, and music was in my family. I mean, before I was even born,
Mhm.
and professional music started already in 1955. My father was
Mhm.
here. My father, they migrated from Bangladesh, and in 1951 he was already in Calcutta, and then he was a shagird of Ustad Karamatullah Khan Sahib and Ustad Majid Khan Sahib. So,
Wow.
and he was in Calcutta, and he was one of the most, coveted tabla player for
Hmm.
singers, vocalists mainly, because playing with vocal is one of the toughest part for
Mhm.
tabla players. So this is how he was in very close contact. He with great vocal maestros, and he
Mhm.
played many a time with him. He accompanied many a time with Ustad Bare Ghulam Ali Khan Sahib, Ustad Amir Khan Sahib, Pandit
Your
Bhushan
father,
Joshi ji.
did you say your
My
father
father,
accompanied?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Parvin Sultana
Hmm.
ji. I mean, his debut concert and Parvin Sultana ji's debut concert was the same concert in
Wow.
1964. So he
Hmm.
played. So the thing is, and his second love was vocal music. So since I
Hmm.
was a female child born in a Tabaliya's family, and
Hmm.
so I was directly, kind of when I was already 5 years old, 4.5, 5, something like that. My father, thought that she
Hmm.
should be, into music from then.
Hmm.
And my uncle,
Hmm.
who was a disciple of Girija Shankar Chakraborty ji, Pandit Girija Shankar Chakraborty, Pandit Shudilal
Wow.
Chakraborty, and Pandit Biresh Roy. He was here in
Hmm.
Calcutta from 1943, so he
Hmm.
has, learned from them. So, and he was my first guru who initiated music in my life. And
Hmm. Hmm.
so I started actually at the age of 5 already at home. And my father, since he accompanied a lot of vocalists, you know,
Hmm.
he was practically a storehouse of bandeshes, and he knew so many
Hmm.
things. He's still alive, and he's still blessing us. He's also watching maybe the interview.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah,
Our respect, our gratitude to this great soul
uh,
from the whole
thank you so
panel.
much. Thank you so much. So
Hmm.
going to Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji was just because of my father. This is why
Hmm.
I kind of I had to tell you all this story, because it was
Hmm.
not really so easy to approach Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji as an outsider.
True.
So
True.
because my father was a great and
Hmm.
already a well-known tabla player, and he was I mean, Chinmay Lahiri ji was very fond of him, and he used to accompany Chinmay Lahiri ji almost every every concert. So this
Hmm.
is and at that time, uh, my Guruji had a a great achievement that he uh, groomed Parvin Sultana ji. So it was also, and not only Parvin Sultana ji, he was a great teacher. He was known as a great teacher. And at that time, like Shonda
Hmm.
Mukherjee, uh, Mira Banerjee, Shotinath Mukherjee, Shamul Mitra, Manavendra Mukherjee, and Siddheshwar Mukherjee,
Hmm.
all these famous persons, Shipra Bose, they were all Chinmay Rahilji students.
Hmm.
So when I grew up with music, my father's kind of aim, or you can say dream, was to bring me to Panditji for
Hmm.
grooming. So
Hmm.
this is how I met him. When I met him, I was nine
Hmm.
and a half years old. You can jolly well understand
Hmm.
that it was I didn't really have him like Pandit Chinmay Lahiri. It was another teacher to me, and uh, we had a distant relationship from my maternal side with Panditji. So in
Hmm.
that relation, he was my dadu. So I said, I will not say call you dadu. I'll call you Jetu, because I will take my father's side, and my father
Hmm.
calls you dada, so I'll call you Jetu. So I used to call
Hmm.
him Jetu. So and since music was in my family, and I grew up always listening to big maestros. It is used to be played like either it is radio or it is gramophone or it is cassette player or it is school tape. Something was always being played in my house. It was never empty. Or somebody's practicing. Either I'm accompanying my father to Ustad Vilayat Khan's house, which was almost next door to at Park Circus. So my father's practice session was mostly done with Ustad Vilayat Khan, Ustad Imrat Khan Sahab, Baregul Ali Khan Sahab, Munawar Ali Khan Sahab. So they were all very close friends. So this is so my grooming was already there, musical grooming, and what was good music, what to do, and and to become a good musician. So I witnessed it since I was born almost, yeah. And Keramatullah Khan Sahab used to come to my house. We used to play carom board, Chinese checker. I mean, it's a big fun.
With Keramatullah Khan Sahab?
Yes, wow. Yes. Allah Khan Sahab also came to our house. My mother used to cook for. I mean, it was a great time we spent with them.
Exactly.
With them, all of them. And so I was brought to Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji at the age of 9.5. And the first thing Guruji told me, look, can I say a little Bengali here? The AJ
just a bit.
AJ Gan bazna garur baper noy. This was the first thing that he told me. Je korbe tar hobe. That means, hey girl, listen. Music is nobody's father's property.
True.
It comes to only those person who would kind of commit, who will be committed, who will practice. So because my father was already reputed tabla player at that time. So then he gave me, Chinmay Lahiri ji was famous. Now I come to their specialty. Was famous for his, because for his paltas, because he was in Dhaka radio station, and he migrated after this partition, like 47, 48. And when he came here, he found a special kind of voice culture system, and that was based on palta. The first palta ever in Bengali musical scenario was brought about by Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji. And he created, I mean, different kind of paltas. Not all the paltas are good for your voice, mind it. Huh? There are paltas that can destroy your voice. But Chinmay Lahiri ji's palta was so famous because all these, I already named the great artists who were his disciples. They were, kind of mesmerized with this kind of voice culture, voice training, So the first palta at the age of 9.5, I just would like to just sing one line.
Please, if you just demonstrate, what's the...
Yeah. A girl just could sing some bandi shantans. Like I would sing at that time. This was my standard. So, okay, now sing the palta. Sani ni re sa ni sa re sa ga re re sa re ga re re ma ga pa ma ga ma da pa ma pa da pa ba ni da pa da ni da sa ni ni da ni sa ni ni re sa ni sa. I was just, what is this going on? I was like, but you know what? I was very much enthusiastic and also very, I had a kind of very challenging person, and Guruji could find that, person in me, that if I give her a challenge, she would do it. She said, look, if you can't do it, don't come to me. This is how you have to start, and you have to sing this in one breath. That means you take one breath and sing the entire palta. So now you decide what to do. If you start sing, with me, you have to do this kind of paltas, this is, and you have to do hundreds of paltas. So I said, okay, I'll do that. I did it. I so obediently. I had a very good relationship with him. It's like Dadu and Natni, grandfather and granddaughter almost. So every time he would give me a challenge, do it, and the next week I have to practice it and show it to him. It was really
Mm.
great. And then one more thing that he really uh, introduced, maybe not with everybody, because but with me he did. He instead of kind of making me bored with one rag and do it like
Mm.
do one rag till you really achieve something at the age of 9.5, 10, 11. This is an age now, because I'm teaching now. The people, needs always fun.
True.
You have to learn something with fun. Otherwise, you get bored and you leave it.
Mm.
So, but he used to introduce new ragas, complicated ragas, just like learn this bandish, sing some dance, and try to do something. And
Mm.
another thing was, has never written a single tan for me. I had to create all the tans for all the ragas. Whatever standard didn't matter, but it was my own creation. And every time I went to the class, it was a fight between me and him. He's creating something, I'm creating something. And if it is not, start again, something like that. So this is how the creative, the creative person in me was kind of enkindled, that you have to create your own music, don't replicate. Yeah, because he always said to my father, I could flood her book with tans and sargams and all that, but she will never learn anything. So let her do it. Let her, create her own music. I'm there to bless her. Don't worry. She will learn everything. So, and another thing that I would like to mention over here, regarding Guruji's Talim, that I believe, firmly believe, that if any child of this age is exposed to Indian classical music and this kind of paltas, they get the maximum brain gym, and I think it helps more than abacus. Singing complicated sargams, putting them into tune, and also the rhythm, and then with the one breath. When all this comes together, can you imagine how much your brain has to work for that?
True.
So if this is initiated in your childhood, like from 8-9 years, your brain works a lot. I mean, it's really kind of what you call makes a lot of difference than just studying and cramming and writing and all that. So this was Chinmalari to me, and it was, and you won't believe that I accompanied with him on harmonium.
On harmonium,
in radio station. Yeah, wow. I played a lot of concerts, and he took me because, it was I could attain that height. I mean, that he kind of could have confidence in me that I would play harmonium with him in radio station, and I accompanied with them on stage, like a shagird, how we do it on how normally it's done on stage, vocal support. So I did it many a time also. And he kind of used to introduce me. Yeah, she's coming up. She's doing Riyaz. Please bless her and help her to become a good musician. Something like that. He would introduce me on stage. And this was a golden moments of life. You just can live on it without even achieving anything.
Indeed. Sangeeta ji, we'll come back to this very important discussions, and then I'll ask my panel members as well. But in the meantime, if you kindly sing a bhajan perhaps for our audiences who are keenly looking forward to your performance.
Is the tanpura okay now?
A bit higher. If you just could kindly get the volume a bit lower.
बीत गए दिन भजन बिना भजन बिना रे बीत गए दिन भजन बिना बाल अवस्था खेल जवान जब जवानी तब मार रहना रे बीत गए भजन बिना भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे बीत गए भजन बिना लाही कारण मोल गवायो लाही कारण मोल गवायो मोल गवायो मोल गवायो लाही कारण मोल गवायो ना गई मन की कृष्णा रे मन की कृष्णा रे ना गई मन की कृष्णा रे कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो पार उतर गयो संत जना रे पार उतर गयो संत जना रे बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे भजन बिना
क्या बात
बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे
वाह,
Simply
बहुत खूब, बहुत खूब.
true. Simply beautiful. Shumana?
খুব সুন্দর লাগলো দিদি আপনার গান,
হুম।
খুব সুন্দর।
Thank
Absolutely
you so much.
wonderful.
Thank you.
We are just, immersing under the melody and a deep discussion and getting into the mood.
Shona, is it possible to get a volume up, get a bit of volume up? I
All
can't
right.
hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
that's
that's
lovely, lovely introduction of a great evening. And of course, just to let you know, you were mentioning about the Patiala Gharana and Meera Banerjee, Prashun Banerjee. I've been introduced to Patiala Gharana when we shifted to Calcutta at 9 standard. And there is a music school called Shorov and Lansdowne Road, Shorov.
Yeah.
Miradi used to teach there. And first, when we moved to Calcutta, and then straight away, my mom and myself got into under her tutelage. But unfortunately, after 2-3 years, when I went to Rabindra Bharati University, then shifted to Vishnupur Gharana, so couldn't continue with Patiala Gharana. So it was lovely to hear the style of Patiala Gharana after so many years, you know, on your voice. So wonderful, wonderful, Srimati.
Thank you.
Many thanks. Is it possible to have some feedback from Mitul, and then we'll continue a bit more discussion?
Yes, absolutely. Vishnupriya Chakrabarti, so true, Sangeeta, the music soothes us. Classical music is all about a lot of brain work also.
Exactly. Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
The way you do paltas, this is completely depending upon imagination. So you have to plan according to your brain before you design and devise your paltas. Yeah.
Yeah. Then Sangeet channel, namaskar
Anything
from
else you'd like to add?
yeah, Sangeet
Mitul?
channel, namaskar from Nepal. Hindol Majumdar would like to listen a bandish in Marwa of Ustad Amir Khanji.
Yeah,
From Sangeet.
exactly. Exactly. You have such a good spectrum of track record of learning from all different illustrious Gharanas. And because you learned from one of the foremost disciples of Amir Khanji. And Marwa is Amir Khanji's signature raga. So perhaps this is, before we, we will move on to performance. If you just plan, and if you kindly do a bit from Marwa, that would be
before
great.
going to Marwa, I would like to also say something about Ustad Munawar Ali Khan sir, because
yeah, exactly. Yeah, please do.
When Chinmay Lahiri died in 1984, then actually I shifted the Gharana just not because, not just leaving one guru and going to another guru, finding him better than the other. It was a little bit natural, like I lost Chinmay Lahiri ji in 1984. So since I told you, my father was a very, my father and Ustad Munawar Ali Khan Sahab, they were very close friends. And you can see in on YouTube, in Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab's documentary film, my father played tabla with him, and the tabla player who was sitting on the front row with Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab, that was my father. Because all the other tabla player, you would see they were sitting behind. He was allowed to sit. He was actually very much loved by Khan Sahab and both the Khan Sahabs, my Dada Guru and my Guru. So when Panditji died, my father took me to Khan Sahab, and Khan Sahab was so happy seeing me. He said, because he has seen me growing up with music. He was always, we were family friends, so we went to their place, they came to our place. So he had in a mind that that maybe he could also teach me something like that. So when I went, my father took me to him. He said, "Abhi shankha hamare bag mein aaye." That means now. I will start giving him a special respect. Over and above a mere uncle only, because I used to call him Munawar uncle. So we had also, Khan Sahab Khan Saab's training was just marvelous. It was. He told me, "Dekho, my nickname was Bulbuli, and I'm famous as Bulbuli in Khan Saab's house. They might not recognize me if you say, you met Sangeeta. Who's Sangeeta? It's Bulbuli." So he said, "Dekho Bulbuli, jo sikhe aaye ho, whatever you have learned, please add on. Don't forget anything. चिन्मय लहरी जी ने तुम्हें बहुत कुछ सिखाया, तुमने सीखा, बहुत अच्छी तरीके से सीखा. अभी मैं भी कोशिश करूंगी कि तुम हमसे भी बहुत कुछ सीखो और सही तरीके से सीखो, सही मायने में सीखो."
True.
So, and music was, music, and by then I felt that music was my existence. If music is there, I will exist. If music, is gone from my life, I'll have to stop there. So this was my attachment with music at that point of time. So I started, and the Patiala is, I think, the most versatile gharana. According to me, Patiala Gharana has contributed to the Indian classical Kheyal system, the most versatile style of singing, of Kheyal style. So
True.
And their palta is, they had all set of new paltas, different paltas, and especially Murchana. Murchana in Patiala Gharana is so important in the sense that, what Murchana means. I give you an example of Murchana. Sa sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa ni, sa re ga ma pa da ni da pa ma ga re sa ni, da ni sa re ga ma pa da pa ma ga re sa ni, da sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re. Instead of saying sa re, you can say sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. You see a different rag is coming up. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So if you just try to imagine sa on each and every note, you get a new set of new rag. So Patiala Gharana has a specialty in conceptualizing Murchana in each and every scale. You give them any scale, they can say sa on any note available there. So this is the thing to achieve for a musician, that you make yourself a swarmandal. It's a swarmandal. You can say sa anywhere and get that melodic structure instantly in your mind. This is really a great thing of Patiala Gharana. Apart from the palta, jamjama, halak, lekari, tankari, and blah blah blah, you cannot stop. So Khan Saab, really, he was so nice, so kind, that he taught me each and every nuances, so carefully to me. And one more thing, what he taught me was, normally you will find that in Patiala singing, most of the women imitate the male voice. Like the voice of women has a very soft timbre that they should not pressurize their voice. They should sing soft. Otherwise they will lose their voice. And many has already lost. So for just unnecessarily pressurizing the voice and try to imitate their male masters. But Khan Saab told me, whatever voice Chinmay Lahiri ji has taught you, the voice throwing, don't forget it. Try to take Patiala on the voice that you already have. You don't have to imitate my voice, imitate my style. So this was Murali Khan Saab. And he was, I think, one of the most learned Indian musicians I have ever seen in my life. He was extremely learned. He was an extremely literary person. He used to write poems. There are many songs which was composed by Munawar Khan Sahab, but named as Savarang. And we know it's Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab's Bandish, but it is Munawar Khan Sahab's composition. There are many songs like that. So now coming to Amir Khan Sahab's style.
Is it possible before, because you came with, because we are, I mean, we can move on to Amir Khan Sahab's style afterwards, but because we are talking about Munawar Ali Khan Sahab, is it possible to sing something that you learned from Munawar Ali Khan Sahab and then you love it?
Yeah, of course.
You love to sing over and over and over.
Definitely, yeah. Let me sing them.
Thank you.
Is the Tanpura okay now? I will sing a Bageshri Bandesh, a Timtal. Jagara karata misanarata. Dagamani sani rama gare dagamani rani rani rama gamani sa sa misan. Dani sama gare sani rama gare sagama dani sani sa dani sani sa dani sani sa. Amisanarata ore jagara karata vasavarang na janu man mein kya dhare rita na jaan na jaan. Dani sagama dagama dani sani sama gare sani dani sani nama dani sani nama pada magare sani sagani sa sagani sa dani sa sagani sa dani sa sa rita na jaan. Gamada gama gare sani re sani sa gama ni sani sa sani sani nama pada magare sani sa. Dasa gare dasa ma sa sa dasa sa dani re sa dani sani nama dani sama gare sani sama nama gare sama gare sani sa ni sani nama dani sa dani nama gare sa 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 ni nama gare sa 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 ni nama gare sa ri ta na da na da. Thank you.
Khub shundar, khub shundar. Absolutely brilliant.
Reading from Rumi, this is love, to fly toward the secret sky, to cause 100 vows to fall each moment. First, to let go of life, in the end, to take a step without feet, to regard this world as invisible, and to disregard what appears to be the self. Heart, I said, what a gift it has been to enter this circle of lovers, to see beyond seeing itself, to reach and feel within the breast. Thank you.
Many thanks, Sangeeta ji. Bhagyasri is also one of my favorite ragas. And did you, could you remember the time you learned from Munawwar Ali Khan ji, especially this one? Why is there any memory attached with this special one, the special Bhagyasri that you learned? Did you learn this from directly from Munawwar Ali Khan ji?
Directly. Whatever I have learned,
Yeah.
whatever I can say,
Directly,
it's
yeah.
directly from the gurus. I think I'm one of those fortunate persons who didn't have to look.
Fortunate, exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
for YouTube and long like this. Anyway, the thing is, when I started learning from Munawwar Ali Khan sir.
Before I move on to your next talk, perhaps our panel members would like to ask you something. Sangeeta ji, Shumana, please ask.
Yeah, you were mentioning about the style of Patiala Gharana, and I just want to add that at that tender age, when I was introduced in this Gharana style, I could see that it had a lot of power in it, and to carry on singing with this Gharana style, it's not easy at all. It had a lot of gamaks and lot of power, and a lot of that style, very powerful style. So unfortunately, it didn't, at that age, I was not matured enough to carry on with this style, maybe because of that, but it's not easy. Hats off to you. Hats off to you.
Yeah,
Sangeeta.
since I had a training already with Panditji, Chinmay Lahiri
Yeah.
ji. So
Yeah,
I
Meera
had
Banerjee
gone
was a
through a lot of,
very famous
yeah,
disciple of Chinmoy Lahiri ji.
yeah.
Meera
And then
ji.
she also learned from Ustad Baregul Amari Khan sir. So Miradi has, I mean, she's one of my favorite singers, Miradi. I mean, maybe I can, I think, you know, I find her, I think the best among her contemporaries.
Yeah.
She's great. She's just great.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sangeeta, have you got
No, I
anything
was
to
just
add on?
nothing to add. I was just listening to the style, and this is actually not only a Facebook Live concert. This is actually uh, a workshop as well for the people, those who are listening to
Absolutely.
this one. So, in this way, we can spread the style, the music from all of the great ustads, maestros, panditjis, and through you, you are the messenger, Sangeeta ji. Once again,
Yeah.
thanks to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, uh, being brought up in a musical family, you know, it's always like that. You have to go back to the roots. You know, we have always, you know, we have been trained to regard the guru as your god. You know, it's like
True.
my, uh, my father regarded all his gurus. Like my father studied under Karamatullah Khan Sahib and also Ustad Allah Rakha Khan Sahib and Majid Khan Sahib, all greats. So if you go to his music room, there is only their photos as God. You know, we regard them as God. Also in my room, it's full of those musicians whom we regard, or our gurus. So
Right.
and when you already regard somebody as the highest power, your idol, something like that, you know, you automatically you get connected with the spirit. So you know, it comes in abundance to you. It comes, you know, you have to trust, you have to surrender, and you have to really be very, you know, kind of receptive. And I firmly believe if the, you know, there is a say that guru mile lakh, chela mile ek. And if a guru finds a chela, who is, you know, who is there to just kind of receive, and whatever you say, he or she will take it like, you know, like a puja, like a prasad. He just, you know, he keeps you teaching and teaching, he keeps you telling so many things, you know. He might say in front of all the students, but you know, uh, you will get the feel of it, that this was only for you. So I just,
Exactly. This is perhaps a
yeah,
great lesson for the students who are students of Indian classical music who are listening,
yeah,
who are
you have to
watching.
really be,
Very,
you know, you
very,
have,
very metaphorically, you said, count the advices, the stories that come from your gurus as like the prasad of worship.
prasad.
How
Yeah,
beautifully said. It's like the prasad you are having
yeah, exactly.
after worship. Great.
And I just would like to add another story. It was Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji's story, and we used to learn in a group. And he wanted to teach me a very special palta, uh, which was like, because at that time, I told you, na, my father was accompanying Amit Khan Sahib, Baregul Amari Khan Sahib. So he also influenced me a lot, like do dance of this kind, or do dance of that kind. So Amit Khan Sahib's dance was very, very difficult. I mean, really, he had. I will come to that point also after this. So I asked Guruji, you know, I had Amit Khan, he was doing like sasa papa sasa nini sasa sasa, all this jumping dance, but I can't do it. How do you know how to do it? How can I mean, can you tell me what to do? He said, okay, write a palta. I said, what? Write a palta. So the palta was sa 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 pa 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 sa re ga pa ma ga re sa re 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 da 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 re ga ma da pa ma ga re ga da ga ni 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 re ga ma pa ni da pa ma ga pa ma 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 sa 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 sa. So you see, so he gives me a practice so that I can, have the feel of this octave jump. There's one octave jump. Sa 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 pa 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 is one octave. Dha dha ni ni sa sa. And then when I kind of little bit mastered it, I said, now I can do it. And he said, okay, now you do it like sa 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 pa pa ma ma ma. Change it there. Change. So it so happened that I could develop my own palta according to my, requirements. If I have to do this dance, so this things has to be practiced in this way. So it was really, it was a great thing.
Let us have some feedback from audiences. Mitul, are our audiences finding okay?
Yes, Abdul Haris, enjoying as usual. Thank you.
Many thanks, Haris bhai, for watching.
Ahona Shen, so nice to hear these anecdotes about Munwar Ali Khan Saab. And Ishra Jahanuddin, enjoying from Stockholm. So nice to hear some history as well.
Fantastic. Please do share. Please do share this live stream and let others become the part of this Boitoke. Great. Anything else you would like to add, Mitul? Or
No, not at this point of time. I've lost some comments in the live stream, unfortunately.
comments, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Perhaps Munabur Ali, when you were talking about Munabur Ali Khanji, Sangeeta ji, this is I found him exactly like you said. They are the pillars of Patiala Gharana, and especially when he was teaching you, perhaps. Did he ruminate or recall any memories from his father? Because he's the one who talks about Bari Ghulam Ali Khan more than anyone else. He was, I can remember Kumar Prasad ji was saying in one of his books that Munabur Ali Khan, even Bari Ghulam Ali Khan, when he was in deathbed, and Munabur Ali Khan was just beside him. And then a fox was crying in the field. And then he was asking Munabur Ali Khan that if you count fox's sound as ni, then what will be the sound? What will be sound? Just sing in front of me. So he was even in his deathbed. So this kind of things. And then he said, count the sound of fan as sa, and just do some instantly improvise something from there. So that sort of thing. That sort of things that we
always, he was always reminded of his father. Always, whenever you talk to him, it's only his father. He's teaching. He used to say this. He used to say that. This happened with my father. I mean, it was, you could just visualize Ustad Bari Ghulam Ali Khan from Munawwar Ali Khan Sahab's, stories and all that. There was one story, a very interesting story. This was in Pakistan. Because they lived in a village, and there was a chamber music about to take place somewhere in a town where Bari Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab lived. So he intended to go there, and they used bullock cart, guru gari jake bole arki. So, and it had a bell, ting 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 ting. So the entire journey, Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab took that bell, the rhythm of the bell, and kept on singing. And then he kind of heard all the chamber music, the entire Western music, everything. And then while coming back, the same cart, he was coming back with the same cart, and the same bell was ringing, So he again started singing. He had a friend with him. He said, "Are Ghulam Ali, are you singing in the same sa that you was, because you started something before listening to this chamber music. Now you have this in mind, and you are coming back. You are singing again. So do you think your size right now? Can you understand what I?
Yeah.
Amit Bhai,
Yeah.
could you follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sa means the bass, the
Yeah.
tonic note. Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab has
Exactly.
his own tonic note, which when
Mhm.
coming out from his house, he started with his tonic note. He was famous
Mhm.
for this. He never, moved away from
Mhm.
a single frequency from his tonic. So,
Wow.
and he was
That is
challenged.
dexterity.
ये हो ही
That
नहीं
is, I
सकता.
mean,
This is
master.
this. Yeah. So the friend challenge. This is impossible, Ghulam Ali. It cannot happen. It is not possible. Humanly possible. It's a
Exactly.
challenge. Hai. Let's go home.
Mhm.
I'll keep on singing. And he kept on singing the whole way, the whole
Mhm.
journey. He went back home. Then he
Mhm.
said, Tanpura mein hath mat laga, don't touch the tanpura. Sa, tanpura, and it was the same sa. You see, goosebumps coming. So these stories are great stories for us,
And that shows,
And
that's why perhaps people count them as god of music, because this
they
is
are. You
not
can't deny the
possible.
fact. You cannot.
Yeah.
They are the pillars. They
These
are
are
the
not
pillars.
humanly possible, trust
Yeah.
me.
And they are the
Uh,
Gharana makers. When
exactly.
you talk about Patiala Gharana, you
Exactly.
actually look at
They are the
Bare
pillars.
Ghulam Ali Khan. Okay,
Exactly.
who has shaped the Gharana, given the maximum,
Mm.
taken the Gharana to its maximum height.
Mm.
So like Ustad Amir Khan, Indore Gharana is a Gharana, but it is actually Ustad Amir Khan Sahab.
Mm.
Kirana Gharana Abdul Wahid
Did
Khan
you
Sahab.
come across with our Gyan Prakash Ghoshji ever? Because he was the one who was the patronizer of Bare Ghulam Ali Khanji and
Yeah,
Mahapur
I
Ali
did a
Khanji
lot
in
of time.
Kolkata
He,
at that golden
yeah,
time.
I did a lot of
Mhm.
time, because since I'm from a musical family again, we used to have get together. So I made a lot of time. He is also a great musician, a great, I admire him most, and
Exactly. True.
and he has done a lot
Shimona
of,
wanted to ask something, perhaps.
yeah.
I was just going to say, this is why, because of all these stories attached to singing, this is why these online concerts are so unique. Because you can go to any concert and just experience the performance and come
Yeah.
back home, But here we get to hear the artists with all their beautiful, precious memories and experiences
Yeah.
while they're, learning period. So this is why this, unique all these concerts are. And we are enjoying because of this. I think so.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
And
I'm also enjoying
one more
sharing
question
all
to
this. Yeah,
yes,
please. Yeah.
one more question. As you were mentioning that prasad, getting something from your guruji is
Shimona,
like
could you
getting
repeat again, because
yeah,
part of your
it's like
question.
you were mentioning yeah, you were mentioning about doing sadhana and then getting something from your guruji that is like a prasad. So as you are teaching the next generation, so do you think the next generation has this kind of dedication and sadhana korar moto, that capability which you had and other contemporary singers have? So do you think the next generation, they are capable of doing that sadhana and get the prasad at the end of the lesson and end of the
Yeah, this is a very good question that you did. This is really a kind of burning question right now. Our next generation, they have a different kind of perception of life. They start with a lot of things together, not always from their own wish or own desire. It's mostly pressurized, and when they really start loving it, like I had many students when initially they really didn't like doing palkas and this and that. They would like, oh, I didn't do the riyas today. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow, something like that. But if you have to be a good teacher, you have to keep your patience. So I was very patient, and it is also my duty to spread my knowledge in whichever form you can, but it should be spread. Why should I, take all my knowledge and leave the earth? So I do my duty. So and these students, when they start really liking, when they start really practicing with love, with commitment, what happens? They become class 8, class 9, class 10, and the parents are, they take the decision that they should now concentrate on studies, not on fine arts and all these things, because these have no future. So now it is a future oriented studies, whatever they're doing. So very few parents, there are many good musicians, young musicians coming up, and hats off to their parents that they could take, they could show the courage and keep the patience to bring their child and to, nurture their children musically. But in most cases, it's the other way around. So because they expect the children to become other professionals than musicians. And so, I don't blame the children. I will not blame the children because they're like a soft mud, you give them whatever shape, they take the shape, they become that. So it's our unnecessary, I would say, maybe it's necessary. For me, it's like unnecessary pressurization with studies and all that. I also, had a question of this sort. You see, if you do if you study medicine, if you go study engineering, if you study this and that, you get paid. And how many of them are really well paid? Can you say? The percentage of students going for this kind of studies and percentage of students going for music and fine arts, it's not even 1% of those statistics. So in this 1%, most of them are doing something. You can name some good artists, some great artists, some good students, and you see on Facebook, you see on digital platforms, so talented musicians are coming up. And if you even count the world statistics, if you see the world statistics, they're not even 1% then who are going for the other professions. But they're really doing good. They're good. They're good, and they're doing good also. And I asked one of the guardians, you see, if you go to a school, if you admit your child to a school, do you ask the headmaster that is my child is going to become a doctor or engineer in the long run? Can you ask this kind of question? And she was dumbfounded. I said, then why do you ask me that she or he would become a Amir Khan or Ghulam Ali Khan? How can I guarantee? It's you. You have to take care of your child. You have to make him practice. You have to give him a musical atmosphere. Then only you can expect something. So it's very difficult to answer this kind of question. And the patients have really gone down and down very much. It has come to really a very in a low parameter. Everybody's running after money.
This is because this art form, any art form, is does require inhuman level of patience, inhuman level of hard work. And then especially someone just said as part of this concert series, I forgot who said it, but this is true in one sense that our Indian classical music involves about 60% hard work and dexterity. Even Amir Khan ji, who didn't do that much riyaz, but he used to think a lot before every performance.
Now, Amir Khan ji did a lot of riyaz because
isolated from.
Amir Khan stayed in my father-in-law's house whenever he was in Calcutta. He did even at the age of 60. He did 3 times riyaz, subha ka riyaz, Din ka riyaj, sham ka riyaj. If he had concert, then he skipped these two, last two, only subah ka riyaj. But otherwise, he practiced every day, almost
he used to
4.5 hours to 5 hours. Even at the age of 62, when he died, he was like 62, 63, something like that, because he's born in 1912 and he died in, yes, he was 62, 1974. And he practiced every day 3 times. So
yeah, well, so that shows, even, I mean, there is a stereotype. I mean, Tirpan Singh ji, another disciple of Amir Khan ji, who wrote a book on him, and then he said, unlike other musicians, he used to do less riyaz, but think about it more. Like you mentioned, the gamok he did is very hard to do. Tans he did is very hard to do for ordinary musicians.
It's again a different technique. Now I just want, give me 5 minutes. I explain one thing.
Please do.
These two gharanas were specializing on palta, murchana, gamak khalak, and many other things. Amir Khan Saab's specialty was Mirkhand.
Mirkhand, yes, exactly.
In this regard, I would like to mention that after music, my favorite subject is mathematics. If I didn't do music, I would have gone for mathematics.
But music is mathematics, Sangeeta ji. Music is mathematics.
Applied. Music is applied maths.
Applied mathematics.
I would say.
True. Exactly. Very true.
So now Amir Khan Saab's, because since I have to explain what Mirkhand is, I took this reference of mathematics. You have definitely come across permutation combination. So Mirkhand is one such thing that if you say saregama or saregama, okay, and if you make permutation combination in this, so one is sa, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, so it's coming 24. If you make combination with 1 into 2 into sarega, it's coming 1 into 2 into 3. So it's like 6. So Amir Khan Saab was a specialized. I mean, he really was master in this kind of combination. He could do 7 6080 combinations, 60.
Wow.
Like and my father-in-law is an eyewitness of that. He has seen him singing the entire Mirkhand of Sa to Ni, which is inhuman. So many combinations he could sing. So I just give you an example of 4, like saregama, saregama, saremaga, sagarema, sagamare, samarega, samagare, re sagama, re samagarega, samaregama, sarema, sagarema, gasa, gazarema, gasamare, gare, samagare, masa, gama, saregama, re sa. Ma sare ga ma sa ga re ma re sa ga ma re ga sa ma ga sa re ma ga re sa. This is a completion of only 4 notes. Now, if you take re ga ma pa ma re ma ga pa re ma pa ga, so you can go on doing this thing on all the notes. So if you do it for the 7, like use the 4 into 7, that means 24 into 7. So only for Arohan, you have 24 into 7 combinations of notes.
Exactly.
So this was, and he designed his entire performance.
And if you add the Komal and Kori, it will be more than that.
Yeah, it's more
so
than that.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. So and
is it possible to do a bit of marwa? Yeah, because someone asked you.
Oh yeah, yes.
Perhaps
definitely.
if we can do a bit of performance in between talk. So someone requested. That is Amir Khanji's signature raga marwa.
It's very difficult to sing in between talks. Yeah.
And for us, Sangeeta ji, this is the right time for marwa. We are just setting to sun.
And for us, it's the right
just
time
in the
for
phase of sunset.
Darbari Kanara.
I know. Well, for London listeners, London people who are in Europe, this is the right suitable time for Rag Marwa.
Yes. Thank you.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day by William Shakespeare? Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate, rough winds to shake the darling birds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date, sometimes too hot an eye of heaven shines, and often in his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair and fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou wast, nor shall death brag thou wander in its shade, when in eternal lines of time thou growing. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this give life to thee. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sangeeta, you perhaps you,
Yeah,
you wanted to add something. Yeah.
yeah, I want to ask Sangeeta ji, as you have taken scale B for this one, so do
Yeah.
you need to change the scale according to the ragas or according to creator
No,
mode?
no, no.
You just stick
That's
to the
always
one,
yeah. Mhm.
always the same. Okay,
Always the
okay.
same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Many thanks for this wonderful recital of Marwa. Possible to share some experience with Kamal Banerjee that you learned from. Kamal Banerjee is one of the foremost disciples of Ustad Amir Khanji, as we
Mhm.
all know.
Yeah, this was a mere coincidence that Kamal Banerjee and my father walked together many a time when Amit Khan Sahib was alive. They performed the same stage. He played the harmonium because Kamal Banerjee was one of the most trusted and most loved uh, shishya of Ustadji. Whenever Ustadji
Mhm,
was in Calcutta, he stayed at
mhm,
my father-in-law's place. Kamal Banerjee happens to be my father-in-law. But
mhm,
the my starting learning with him was a different story altogether. Uh, when I got married, Khan Sahib was no more. Khan Sahib passed away in 1989. And then I was frantically searching for a guru because you know what I told you now, when you see you have climbed Everest, so you always judge all the other peaks with reference to that, you know.
mhm,
So so for me it was very difficult because I was judging all the gurus in light of Ustad Munawwar Ali Khan Sahib, Pandit Chinna Lahiri ji, and I was in frantic search of a real guru of my life. I really didn't find that. So then uh, I got married in 1994, and since my father knew my father-in-law since long, since late 50s already, they had a very good friendship. And when they, we got married, they became relatives. It was really great. They cherished all their memories, experiences together. But for me, it was a different thing. You know, when I stayed under the same roof, I am still staying in the same place. I never shifted with my husband, you know, left them behind and have a conjugal life of only husband and wife, you know, micro family. We stayed in the bigger family till now. And so I, you know, my father-in-law had a very very good habit that uh, he would do riyaz every day, and it was so, like, you know, when he was doing riyaz, you know, I kind of studied him for 1 long month. You know, I found him in his riyaz so deep aesthetics, so much of
So Sangeeta
authenticity.
ji, I
And
just missed it. Sorry. Did you say your father-in-law was a musician as well? I missed
oh
that.
yes,
Sorry.
of course, because he was a disciple of Ustad Amir Khan, so he has to be a
Amir Khan ji,
musician.
right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a very good singer. He was a very good singer, very reputed singer, but he had some physical problem and he got operated. His 2 kidneys were operated, so uh, he left professional singing and went for um, a government job of LIC. But he was out and out a musician, and a very learned musician. And his rendition, his teaching was full of authenticity, full of, you know, what do you call, um, conviction, which I was actually looking for. That once you teach me something, you will have to have a full authority on it. Then only I can take it as a prasad. Otherwise, not. You know, if you don't connect me in spiritually, how can I be your shishya? If I start thinking, oh, you know, I know this better than you, then I cannot accept you as a guru. So uh, with my father-in-law, Kamal Banerjee, it was the other way around. You know, I started, you know, listening to his classes, to his teaching, to his other disciples, and then I was really mesmerized in the sense that he had the true reflection of Amir Khan in him. And you wouldn't believe that he never worshipped God, but he always said Jai Guru. Amir Khan was more than God to him. You know, he dreamt Amir Khan, he spoke about Amir Khan, he thought about Amir Khan. His presence was, you know, you just could feel that maybe Amir Khan would come out of him. It was like that. And the most important thing was, I really tried with other gurus after Khan Sahib's demise, and everybody told, you know, this was not the right thing that you learned. This was, you know, and I was just wondering that uh, at that point of time, that how could they be so, you know, insensitive? But with my father-in-law, Pandit Kamal Banerjee, he said the same thing that Khan Sahib told me, that you have learned, you have collected so many information from such great gurus. Just add on. I have also a lot of things. If you want, you can learn and add on and try to develop some style of your own. Don't forget, don't think that those are now useless just because you would like to learn indoor Gharana. Just add, keep on adding materials from
This
Guru,
is
from me. If you
now I know where I went wrong. I just missed the fact that your father-in-law is Kamal Banerjee.
yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps another question I
Yeah.
would like to ask for. Perhaps this will be a bit more profound, and for audiences, it would be. I mean, I think your answer will be more educational. But let us know what our audiences are saying now. Can I have some, Mitul, is it possible to read some audiences' feedback, perhaps?
Yes,
Just to make sure that we haven't forgotten audiences. We are still focusing on, we still value your opinion, whatever you say, and then we'll try to place it to Sangeeta ji, if you have any question or
yeah,
request.
there's some lovely feedback. Manjeet Vihal, thanks ever so much. So much to learn about classical music. Abhijit Malik, excellent learning experience. Thank you. Jagdeep Mudan, music stems straight from Ruh. It is Ruhdari.
How
Other
beautiful.
intelligences.
Jagjit Mudanji himself is a wonderful musician, one of the
Mhm.
remarkable musician in UK. Many thanks, Jagdeep ji, for watching.
And he has also added other
Anything else?
intelligences don't start from there. Ahona Sen, heavy commercialization of life in today's times has hampered sadhana.
Do you want me to answer that?
No, that's what she said.
Okay.
That's what she
Okay.
said. Yeah, and then the last one, she has also said, it's so nice to hear about your profound experiences in your musical journey.
Thank
That's
you.
all. I think our host is facing some network issues.
Is it okay now? Hello.
Sorry, we had some sort of technical issues. Everyone can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear you. Okay.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We can hear you.
This is great, fantastic. So perhaps we can go for another performance, and then I would like to know, this is my personal interest to find out. You learned the basics and then in-depth philosophy, in-depth technicalities, in-depth intricacies of 3 different gharanas. And the maestros that you learned from, they're well known. They're highly, not just well known, in world class in many, in true sense. Which one is your favorite? Which one? I mean, from 3 different gharanas, it's very hard perhaps for you to say, because it's these 3. Three can be still favorite to you, but if you, for an example, I'm not sure whether you compose things or you try developing your own style, and then which style you personally would like to stick to.
I would like to say one thing. Gharana is a very small thing with respect to the ocean of music. It is because music is universal, so if you are privileged.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Yeah. If
Sorry,
you are really privileged, Gharana is a very small thing. It's with respect to the ocean, the ocean of music. Its music is universal, and especially Indian classical music. You cannot bind it with the small periphery of a Gharana. So if you say, I like this Gharana, that means you are not really doing justice to your own thinking, own longing or desire. So as an artist, it's always desirable to enrich yourself with lots of vocal techniques, lots of information, so when you can really get it from different sources, you cannot really single out which you really like most, because you are already, you have become a compound. So you can't just single out. It's not you cannot really, it's not a mixture, it's not a patchwork, it's an amalgamation altogether. So for me, if you want my frank opinion, I what I like in an artist is individualism. He can quote, or he can be influenced by all the greats, doesn't matter. But when he is representing his music, he should be he should be an individual. He should be himself, not a clone or a what do you call, a replica of somebody. This I really expect from each and every artist. So and like in Patiala Gharana, has influence of Gwalior Gharana, Agra Gharana, and Delhi Gharana, and the local style. Okay, Amir Khan Saab's blended Gwalior Gharana, Kirana Gharana, Bhindi Bazar Gharana, and he also collected elements from elements from Agra Gharana too. His sargam technique. You see, all the rhythmic style of Agra Gharana is prevalent in his sargam. Okay, my guru Ustad Pandit Chinmay Lahiri ji blended Agra, Lucknow, little bit of Patiala, and his own style. So when you have a real good style, it's always a blend and then a final product. So for me, it's really very hard to say, I only like this. I even like all the other gharanas. I mean, I do love Patiala, Indore, Kirana, and Chinmay Lahiri Gharana most. But it doesn't mean I don't like Gwalior, I don't like Jaipur, I don't take ingredients from there. I mean, I don't collect information from there. You know, I love all this. Wherever I can, I find that I have something to learn, I just take it. I don't waste time. Because it's me. It's not Chinmay Lahiri. I'm not Amir Khan. I'm not Ghulam Ali Khan. So I have to enrich myself as much as I can. And my final aim is to be as perfect as possible.
True.
Whatever I'm doing, I should be able to do it perfectly. So I think I could be clear to you that
no, that's
music,
that is,
music is an ocean. And it is universal. It should not be limited, by a periphery, a small perception. Gharana is a perception of some group of people who has seen a particular music in a particular style. That's it. Okay, so you learn from them. You learn as much as you can. Be a student till the end of your last breath. And this is also, you can say, this is also my advice to all my younger generation. Don't think that you have become a musician. You think then you are the best learner, you are the best student.
Exactly.
And keep on learning from each and every musician you come across.
No, that is the wholeheartedly, that is something, that kind of answer. I was actually looking for you, for others to learn, for others and for myself to educate myself. This is true in every sense. When you listen, perhaps because you are from Patiala Gharana, it doesn't stop you, learning from Fayaz Khanji's Agra Gharana's stalwart, Fayaz Khanji's singing. So very
Fayaz
strong, and
is one of the greatest.
I haven't seen great, and especially another singer from Kolkata. I do not hear that much things about Gyan Gushaiji.
Gananda Prashad Goswami. He had some
classical
records
music,
but
perhaps because he was from, and then sometimes I end up with thinking, is that Fayaz Khanji singing? Even sometimes he was singing Nazrul, but he was singing like Kheyal, almost like Kheyal. So
Shunno Ebo Kipaki Mor, it's a famous.
Exactly. So this is true actually. Musicians.
In his time
should be immense.
In his time, in Gyan Ghoshaiji's time, in the classical music of Bengal was greatly influenced by Agra Gharana and Kirana Gharana.
Agra Gharana.
So Agra Gharana and Kirana Gharana. Kirana Gharana, the style of not the style of Abdul Wahid Khan, the style of Abdul Karim Khan sir. So most of the singers, they were vastly influenced by Fayaz Khan Sahab and Abdul Karim Khan Sahab. You can find their reflection in many other singers also. And my Guruji,
but did Amir Khanji learn from Wahid Khan as well?
No, never. He didn't. He was influenced by him.
Never.
No, he never learned from him.
Okay. Okay, not physically.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
was he was a student of his father.
So is it possible
Yeah,
to
Samir Khan.
exactly?
Yeah,
Samir
and
Khan,
his
got it.
his uncle Raza Ali Khan, a Binkar, and then he studied Bindi Bazar Gharana from Ustad Aman Ali Khan, the son of Chaju Khan. Yeah,
True, true.
yeah.
Is it possible,
But he,
Sangeeta ji,
हाँ,
to
बोलिए.
sing something that you learned from Chinmoy Lahari ji? Anything
Oh
from
yes,
Lucknow, Gharana,
definitely, definitely.
please?
What I would just like to do, if you allow
Shubhana
me.
wanted to ask something. Did you? Shubhana?
Yeah.
No,
Did you?
I just
Shubhana,
wanted
did
to,
you?
yeah. I just wanted to say that this is becoming a very good workshop session for all of us. We are gathering so much of information, and it's not
Yes,
like
it's really my
just
pleasure.
it's not like just participating in a panel discussion. It's like enjoying a workshop as well. So you have given us so much of information. We just need to just absorb it now and keep it safe.
No,
Thank you. Let us
it's
listen. Let us
I really
listen a
enjoyed
rendition
being
that
with you.
Sangeeta ji learned from one of the stalwart of Lucknow, one of the stalwart of Lucknow, one of the
Now,
dons of Lucknow, Gharana,
Ahmed Bhai,
Pandit Chinmoy Lahari ji.
I have a little,
Sorry?
I have a little suggestion to you.
Yeah,
The suggestion is let me sing one rag and three
yeah,
bandishes of
yeah.
three different gharanas. That would be really
Okay.
interesting for you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Perfect,
So
Fantastic.
perfect.
Absolutely.
that would be a
Great.
really.
That will be, yeah. Very nice.
Let me take one rag which is very uh, famous and.
You are an excellent teacher, no doubt about that.
True.
I would like to take the rag Hanswadhani and sing three bandishes. It's really tough to talk and sing together, you exhaust your voice. The first bandish is a composition of Ustad Bare Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab in Rag Hanswadhani in Tintal. लगन मोरी लागी रे लगन मोरी लागी रे लगन मोरी लागी रे इन सुरजन से आ लगन मोरी लागी रे लगन मोरी लागी सब रंग पिया की सब ही न्यारी सब रंग पिया की सब ही न्यारी देख तनी मन ललचाए लगन मोरी लागी लागे रे लगन मोरी लागी लगन मोरी लगन मोरे लागे लागे लगन मोरी लागे लगन मोरी लगन मोरी लागे 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 लगन मोरी लागे गरे गबने सरे सानी बा सरे गब गरे गबने सनी बारे सपरे सनी गरे रे बगरे गब गरे गरे सनी बनी सरे गब गरे गब सनी बनी सगरे सनी परे नि सनी बगरे सा नि सनी बगरे सा नि सनी बगरे सा लगन मोरी लागे गरे गबने सरे गरे सनी रे बनी बनी सरे गरे सनी बगरे परे सनी सनी बगरे नि बगरे बगरे सनी गरे गरे बगरे बगरे नि बनी नि बजा सनी रे सगरे रे गरे सनी रे बनी बगरे बगरे सनी गबने सरे सा गबने सरे सा गबने सरे सा लगन मोरी लागे लगन मोरे लागे 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 लगन लागे लगन मोरी लागे लगन मोरी लागे लागे रे लगन मोरी लागे गरे सरे गमने सरे सा लगन मोरी लागे 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 लागे रे लगन मोरी लागे सब रंग पिया की छबई न्यारे सब रंग पिया की छबई न्यारे देखत ही मन लाल जाए लगन मोरी लागे लागे रे लगन मोरी लागे. Now I will sing the Bandish of Pandit Chinna Lahiri. Gare ga bani da gare sa ni pa gare sa gali gali bhaiya yo gali gali bhaiya yo gali gali bhaiya yo sur sari jayo samayo gali gali bhaiya yo gali gali bhaiya yo. Gare ga bani sare gare bani ba de bani ba ga bani sare gare de sani pa re sani pa sani pa gare ba gare sani sa re ga bani sani sa ni sa ni sa ni sa ni sa gare bari. You can see the change of singing the sargams now. He had his sargam style could be compared to Vivaldi style, a dancing mood always. Gare ga ba re pa ga ni pa ga re ga ba pa ni sa gare sa ni re sa ni pa ga re pa ni sa ni pa sa ni pa ga re sa gali bai. Gare ga ba sa re ga pa ni sa re ga ba ga re sa pa re ga ba pa ga re sa gare ga ba ni pa ga pa ga re sa sa pa ga ba sa ni pa ga re sa gare ga sa ni re sa ni pa ni sa re ga re sa ni pa re sa ni pa ni pa ga re sa ga pa ni sa re sa ga pa ni sa re sa ga pa ni sa re sa gali bai ayo sur sari jaya samayo gali bai ayo gare ga pa ga gare sa re ga ba gare ga ba ni ba gare ni pa gare ga ba ni sa re ni ba gare sa ni ba ni pa gare sa ni pa gare sa ni sa re ga ba ni sa ni pa re sa re ga ba ni sa gare sa ni pa ni sa re ga ba ni sa re sa ni pa gare sa re ga ba ni sa re ga gare sa ni pa gare sa gali bai ai. जन्म जन्म की प्यास मिटायो जन्म जन्म की प्यास मिटायो मगन गाथा गाए सुनायो. This is a composition made on Ganga. जन्म जन्म की प्यास मिटायो मगन गाथा गाए सुनायो ना मांग गोदक पायो पायो. Magan is the nickname of Pandit Chinna Lahiri. Gare ga bani sare ga gare sani ba gare ga bani sare sani ba gare ga bani ni sa janam janam ki प्यास मिटायो मगन गाथा गाए सुनायो ना मंग गोदक पायो आयो गरी गरी भई आयो आयो गरी गरी भई आयो. Gare ga bani sare ga bani re sani bani sare sani ba bani ga gare gare sare ga bani sare ga bani sare ga bani sa gari gari bai ayo ayo. Gari gari bai ayo gari gari bai ayo gari gari bai ayo. Now I will sing a Bandish of Mr. Amir Khan Sahab, which is very famous. It's a tarana.
What a bliss! What a bliss!
Amir Khan Sahab's tarana is a very typical of its own.
Exactly.
Because he blended the Amir Khusro ji's rubaiyat in the antara. So tarana bol in the asthai and rubaiyat in the antara. Thank you very much.
Reading from Rumi. When the rose is gone and the garden faded, you will no longer hear the nightingale's song. The beloved is all, the lover just a veil. If love withholds its strengthening care, the lover is left like a bird without care. The lover is left like a bird without wings. How will I be awake and aware if the light of the beloved is absent? Love wills that this word be brought forth. Thank you.
Great.
Many, many thanks, Sangeeta ji. This is how beautifully you described and you demonstrated. There is a Zoroastrian teaching, as some of our audiences perhaps know, a great philosopher, great preacher, Zarathustra. Nietzsche mentioned his name.
Yeah, yeah.
Nietzsche has a book on Zarathustra. So Zarathustrian teaching is those are the best human beings. So those are the representative of best human beings. Those who learn first and then preach the beauty of the learning for their next generation.
Great.
And you are such a perfect example of that human being who learned from every different gharanas and such a celebrated, such a great musicians of that time. And then you preach this and still preaching this lesson, this teaching uh, uh, with your responsibility, with a knowledge to expand this magic of music to the next generation. One thing, perhaps my panel members might have some other questions, but one thing that I also would like to ask you, you performed and you had such a great assist for your father, Shanko Chatterjee, who is also a Shanko Chatterjee. If you watch, our respect, our gratitude, our wholehearted respect for you. So because of your father, you were in association with the stalwarts, giants of Indian classical music.
Yeah.
And then you also performed in many is not good enough.
Yeah.
The best festivals of Indian classical music all around the country. Horiballa, for example, that is the most ancient Indian classical music festival in the world, not just in India. Especially when it comes to the promotion of Indian classical music, Horiballa Music Festival and Saptak Music Festival, Tanshan Sangeet Samaroho, Shankot Muchan Festival, many other festivals, and you were performing from since 1981. So would you see any difference when you perform now? When you perform now, because you saw the height of Indian classical music when you performed in these festivals. Those festivals are true example of the promotion of the festival, connecting the audiences who are the real samajhdar, real connoisseur of Indian classical music. When you perform now, would you see any difference?
In the biggest
in
festivals
terms
of
of
India,
audiences?
like Hariballav, Saptak, Dovolen, Savai Gandhar, Dharwar, all these Shankat Mochan, Kalidas Samaroho, Amir Khan Sab Samaroho. There are so many big festivals. The basic ambience is still there. There are still people who are extremely fond of classical music. They just would like to there is a festival in Dharwad, they would just go on listening to vocal music only, vocal music, one after another, only vocal music. And still now it's going on this in the same fashion. You won't believe, when I was in Dharwad for the first time, I was, it's almost 20 years back. So quite unknown there. And I performed and everybody appreciated but the best thing was when I started doing really a jamjama, good dance, and it was the hall, the people were clapping. In Calcutta, we clap only when tabla is being played, not the singing. We don't clap for singing, we don't clap for sitar playing, all that. But when the tabla is there, they all clap. Normally it was like that. But in those areas, if you have the singing, the vocal music is so, kind of loved. And if they find a little good in you, they appreciate you with, a big round of applause, So this is what, and it is still there. It's still there. If you go to Hariballav, and especially, you mentioned Hariballav, and I should really kind of show my respect to all the listeners, because all the in Sikhism, they have a chapter that they have to learn in classical music, or they have to know something about that. So all of the listeners, they have some base of Indian classical music who are coming there for listening. and they just close their eyes and listen to the music with rapt attention. My video, they have uploaded my video, my performance there. You will see I was singing Shabad of Guru Nanak Ji.
Guru Nanak Ji, yes, yes.
Guru Nanak Ji. And after I finished, and there was like, so jo bole so nihal. I mean, so many people, thousands of people together, they started, singing. And at first I was like scared. I thought maybe I made some mistake in singing the Shabad. Then the second moment, it was like, oh, it was an appreciation and from the core of their heart. And it was a big blessing for me. It was one of the blessing of my life that I received in her Ballabh.
The disciples of Guru Nanak Ji are mainly music lovers, especially Shabad is loved by Sikh community, especially mainly. But
Shabad, and they are based on Indian classical ragas, and they have also Gurmukhi singing, a system. They have their own ragas. They have created their own ragas, and they sing their own. They are very committed people, and it's another world altogether. It's very.
Anyone would like to add anything or ask anything? Shomana, perhaps I can say yes. Please go on.
I'm always ready to ask. I'm amazed how well you have demonstrated 3 Gharanas, and koto shohoje. I mean, so nice, and especially this session I'm enjoying so much because of this workshop feeling, and I've become a learner completely. I've become a learner today.
It's a big, kind of appreciation for me. Thank you so much.
Exactly.
I never wanted to be a teacher and say I know everything. But whatever I have gathered, I really would like to spread it all over the students, because now I'm in my middle age. So it's a time to give whatever I have gathered. Whatever little it is. I know it's nothing compared to what knowledge is, what music is. But still, if this helps something, it helps somebody, learn good music, or learn how to practice, learn how to build up their voice, I would be really extremely happy and feel really blessed for that.
Thank you. Mitul, could you read the audience's feedback for the last time? And then we'll ask Sangeeta's last concluding note. And then I will ask Sangeeta ji to perform something in the end, and then that will be the end of the session. That is my plan. Yes.
Yes. Jagdeep Mudan has written, Gharanas are flowers in your own formed bouquet, each Gharana having a distinct khushbu.
Beautifully described. Thank you, Jagdeep ji.
Tapash Roy, my heartiest thanks to all of you for holding such an incredible online session. Let the divine classical music propagate throughout the globe with your selfless endeavor and ignite the hearts for purity.
You talked. You actually talked from the heart of all of us. That is what we felt and we feel. Many thanks.
Abhijit Malik, kya baat. Uday Bandopadhyay, beautiful. Madhuchanda Ganguly, excellent. Vidushi Sumitra Guha, very nice rendition. And
my pranam to her. Yeah, Sumitra Di is a much revered musician. She's much respected.
Exactly, very senior musician, very senior singer.
I'm extremely honored that she was in the session. I'm extremely honored. I mean, it's a real achievement.
Many thanks, Sumitra ji, for watching. She's one of the senior disciple of Etikanand ji. Many thanks for your input. Thank you.
And then one of your students, her name is Ahona. She said she is so blessed that you are her Guruji.
Thank you, Ahona, for watching. And perhaps you shared and you gave the opportunity for your friends to watch this beautiful session. Sangeeta, would like to add anything in the end? I can't hear you. Perhaps you are on mute.
All right. Yeah. Actually, in one session, it's absolutely, I can say that it is it's beyond the expectations what you have done and the way you have demonstrated the gharanas. And বলতে পারি যে আমরা যে কজন এরকম ভাবে প্যানেলে থাকলাম, আমরা সাক্ষী হয়ে থাকলাম এই মুহূর্তে, এটা আমাদের পরম সৌভাগ্য আপনার কাছ থেকে এরকম ভাবে পাওয়া। আর আমার একটা ছোট্ট প্রশ্ন যে হাউ ডু ইউ থিঙ্ক অফ, এখন তো অনেক বন্দিশ বাংলাতে তৈরি করার চেষ্টা হচ্ছে, হাউ ডু ইউ সাপোর্ট দিস, অর এটা কি সাপোর্ট করার মতো? আপনার মতামতটা একটু জানতে চাই।
আমি একটুখানি ওকে প্লিজ ক্যারি অন প্লিজ।
না সেটাই বলতে যাচ্ছি, সম্ভবত মানে ওইটা এইটাই বলা যে খেয়ালে তো সাধারণত বান্দিশ গুলো বাংলাতে বলা হয় যে বাংলা ভাষাটা ঠিক খেয়ালের জন্য পারফেক্ট না, ওই সেন্সেই বোধহয় আর প্রশ্নটা আরো রেলেভেন্ট আর কি, যে আসলে খেয়াল বাংলাতে তো করেছেন অনেকেই, মানে বিশেষ করে বিষ্ণুপুর ঘরানা ক্ষেত্রমোহন গোস্বামী আছেন, ইনি খেয়াল
অনেক পুরনো,
হ্যাঁ বাংলাতে করতেন। কিন্তু আপনি এটাকে বোধহয় সঞ্জয়দা এটাই বলতে চাইছেন, এটা কি সমর্থন করেন কিনা, যে অথবা এটা মানে এটা কি প্রপাগেটেবল কিনা, যে প্রিচেবল কিনা, যে বাংলাতেও আমরা খেয়ালগুলো করতে পারি,
সেইভাবে তার প্রতিফলনটা সম্ভব কিনা বাংলা খেয়ালে, সেটা কি জানতে চাই।
আসলে ক্লাসিক্যাল বা খেয়াল গান বা ধ্রুপদ গান যে কোনো গানে আমাদের যেহেতু ফ্রেজ ওরিয়েন্টেশন বেশি, মানে রাগটাকে প্রকট বা প্রস্ফুটিত করার প্রয়াস থাকে বেশি আর কি, সেজন্য কথাগুলো না ভেঙে যায়। যেমন সাইয়া যে কোনো একটা প্রেম লগন আয়ে, তো আমি যদি বলি প্রেম লগন আয়ে, আমি বলতে পারি, মানে এগুলো আমরা শুনে শুনে অভ্যস্ত হয়ে গেছি যে হিন্দি কথাগুলো এভাবে ভাঙা যায়। এরকম অনেক খেয়ালির আপনি গান শুনবেন, একটাও কথা বুঝতে পারবেন না, বাট ইউ উড স্টিল appreciate the music wholeheartedly without even understanding one single মানে word, letter even. এরকম তো হয়। কিন্তু বাংলা গানের ক্ষেত্রে যেটা হয়, আমরা বাংলা গানে কথা না বুঝে অভ্যস্ত নই। আমরা রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত যখন গাই কথা বুঝে গাই, নজরুল গীতি গাই কথা বুঝে গাই, কীর্তন গাই কথা বুঝে গাই। আমাদের যা যা জনর আছে বাংলা গানে, শ্যামা সঙ্গীত হোক, যত রকমের বাংলা আছে, আমরা এটা কথা প্রধান গান। সুতরাং কথাগুলোকে খেয়াল গাইতে গিয়ে যদি এরকম ভুলভাল ভাঙা হয়, আমি এই জন্য ভুলভাল বলছি যে অনেক সময় অনেক কিছু হয়ে যায়, মানে একটা রয়ের জায়গায় ল পড়ে গেল, কিন্তু এমন ইয়ের মধ্যে দিয়ে মানে
অন্যরকম অর্থ বদলে গেল,
কানেই লাগলো না, এমন একটা মানে সঙ্গীতের সাংগীতিক কম্বিনেশন, সব কম্বিনেশন হলো যে ল পড়লো কি জ পড়লো কি পড়লো কারোর কানেই গেল না, ওইটা অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করলো সকলে। কিন্তু বাংলাতে সেইটাকে আমরা মেনে কতটা নিতে পারবো, মেনে কতটা
if you can continue in English, because there are many audiences who are not from Bengali background. Yes.
So Bengali
this is equally important for them. Yes. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Of course, I understand. Whatever genre we have in Bengali, in Bengal, as music, I mean, vocal genre, they are based on lyrics. Like starting from Rabindra Sangeet, Dijendra Giti, Atul Prasad, Nazrul Giti, Shama Sangeet, Puratoni, Toppa কিছুটা ভাঙা যায়, তবুও sorry, we can take some liberty while pronouncing,
doing the tappa,
while singing tappa,
the words,
the breaking of the words, because we have some we have to do some this gamakang and tankari, so we could do that, but still the Bengali tappa, Nidhu Babu tappa, we try to maintain the basic theme. You know, that is the difference between Nidhu Babu tappa and Shorimiya tappa. Nidhu Babu learned from Shorimiya, but when he Bengalized the tappa, actually, then we have seen that the theme has taken a prime role over there. Say, for example, can I sing for you a little?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, please.
ভালো বাসিবে বলে ভালো বাসি নে ওগো আমার পরানো এই আমি তোমার বইয়া জানিলে ভালো বাসিবে বলে ভালো বাসিলে. So you see, I'm still trying to maintain the theme. It's not just mere tapang tankari and tapang lekari. So if somebody would sing Kheyal, say bhalobasha, take a bolen bhalo bashi be bole is you don't understand anything. It's you're breaking, but we are accustomed with the Hindi words. We are accustomed to all these things, but with Bengali. This is the problem, that our ear is not trained to listening to all this broken language, or you can say broken words. So
Exactly.
this is why maybe Kheyal might not be so popular. I mean, it might not connect as
that is perhaps the reason why Kheyal is not popular in Bengali.
But as far the Tarana and the Gamak, these are the things are concerned. So I mean, we are getting almost the same thing as like Kheyal and all of them. Yeah. But in terms of this one,
Chota Kheyal, Gan Goshai, Pandit Chinmalahiri, Pandit Tarapada Chakraborty, they did a lot, huge composition of Chota Kheyal. Pujarini kholo kholo mondirodar. This is a composition of Pandit Tarapada Chakraborty.
Tarapada Chakraborty, yes.
Yeah, and Chinmalahiri did a lot of Kheyal, like sa bone bone gahe koeliya bone bone gahe koeliya. So he used to do tan, sargam, whatnot, but shooting it is at a Chota Kheyal, because in Chota Kheyal we don't break the words so much. It's more like a song.
Exactly.
So it appeals more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Bengalis are very protective about their language. We Bengalis are very protective about our language.
This is
yeah, but also the language is, I mean, it's a great language. It's really so nice. So
Sangeeta ji,
একটা কথা just share করি, just একটা ছোট্ট কথা শেয়ার করি। একবার আনন্দ পুরস্কারের অনুষ্ঠানে ভীমসেনজিকে শুনছিলাম রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীত গাইলেন। তো সেখানে যতজন সব কবি সাহিত্যিকরা বসে আছেন, গ্র্যান্ডে হয়েছিল সেটা আমার মনে আছে, তো সবাই বসে আছেন, কিন্তু ওই তিনি যেভাবে গাইছেন সেটাই সবাই শুনছেন। তখন আর ওই শব্দের বিকৃত ভাবটা যে একটু সরে গেল বা আকারটা ওকার হয়ে গেল, সেটাকে আর কেউ গুরুত্ব দিলেন না, এবং সেইভাবে সেই কান দিয়ে শোনাটা উচিত নয়। তাকে যখন শুনছি তখন সেই মনে করি। So it was absolutely a brilliant experience what I have heard from Bhimsenji.
I have also heard Balmurali Krishnaji singing Akash Para Shudra Tara. Yeah, I have heard the dawn of Carnatic music. Oh my God, I'm sorry to forget her name. She is the greatest
singer. Is it
singer? Who did the Mirabai? She's the topmost singer of Carnatic music. She died. She was Padma Vibhushan, maybe Bharat Ratna also. She sang Shubha Lakshmi, MS
Shubha
Shubha
Lakshmi ji,
Lakshmi.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Shubha Lakshmi ji. I heard her singing Jagote Ananda Jogge and Eki, and they have actually Rabindranath.
Sarfarda Rage, Jagote
Uh-huh.
Anand Jogge.
And Rabindranath, took one of their songs, one of the songs of one of the kirti of Tyagaraja, Ekila Atilavanya Punya. This is a song taken from the original kirti of Tyagaraja. So Shubha Lakshmi ji used to sing whenever she was in television in Bengal, wherever. She used to sing it very often. She used to sing it very often. Very often. Yeah. And it was so nice, this broken Bengali language. And
Right. Absolutely. I do agree with you.
fabulous.
Yeah. Even Lataji, whenever she used to sing, it was broken. But again, when we are listening to Lataji, it's absolutely different. So
because
I know, I got your point.
It's from the heart.
Yes.
They sing from the heart.
Yes.
Whatever, in whichever language they do, they just probe deep into the meaning, into the what you call sentiment. Yeah.
Yes.
Sangeeta ji, this discussion will never end. Only because you are such a knowledgeable, musician, such a knowledgeable singer, and such an experienced one who collaborated with many musicians, who get association of many maestros, and you performed in many
I have really
great
collaborated
festivals. But this is something that I would like to ask, if you briefly talk on your collaboration before we'll go for the last performance. First of all, this is my idea actually. My idea is, that's how I see music actually. It has to connect global audiences. It shouldn't be just limited within some audiences who are musically sound, who always look at things like whether your size perfect, or there is some deviation or something like this, instead of whether it is connecting soul, or whether you follow the pure chalan of ragas. Rabindranath himself made so many deviations from ragas, and he has a huge debate on this, as you know. So I think that at this moment, when we are in we are under globalization, whether you want it or not, music perhaps has to be globalized, and then its audience has to expand, and then we can only reach this target or aim through collaboration with other global music. And quite fortunately, you worked with so many very good musicians from all around the globe. I just was reading on this. Would you like to say a few things on your collaboration or collaborative works?
Yeah, I
and
did
then
collaborate
my
with
plan
free
is
jazz, standard jazz, Western classical music, classical sopran. So I collaborated with the famous William Parker, who is a multi-instrumentalist of USA. He's a New York-based musician. He's a great musician. And it was a free jazz, he just gave me some words and said, since I started working in Europe since 1991, and I was also teaching in universities, I came across with a lot of Western classical musicians and also jazz musicians, and kind of we exchange our views, and I got to learn a lot of things from them. So I had the knowledge of these Western scales, which they use for classical, use for jazz. So when I met William Parker, he just say, "Do you know Dorian?" I said, "I do." Dorian is Kafi. It's Indian Kafi scale. Do you know Dorian? He says, "I do." You know Dorian? Yes, I do. I do know Dorian. So could you just represent my words in Dorian in Indian form? I said, "Okay." But do I need to stick to Dorian, or I can just make it a base and then just move around? She said, "It's up to you. You maintain the Dorian." So we did a very big show in Vision Jazz Festival in New York, in the biggest jazz hall. And it was recorded live, and it is the CD is there, and my song was Morning Mantra. It's in the YouTube, on the YouTube, you can listen to it. So I sang Indian thing with Western lyrics, English words in Indian way, with a free jazz movement. It was a great experience of mine. When there is a free jazz, you don't know what they're doing. They have their own way of expressing, on a base of a bass melody. Everybody has a bass melody, and everybody goes on, just try to touch the sky. Sky becomes the limit. They can do whatever they like. And in that, with the Indian melody, and that to Dorian was a big challenge for me. With the grace of Almighty, I succeeded. Everybody liked it, and it was. And then again, I worked. I had a very big concert in Paris Winter Jazz Festival. That was also a very good. It was a vocal panorama kind of thing. I was also singing with a Senegalese vocalist, and it was vocal oriented thing, and that is there. That has the live performance has also been. You get it online.
We did some.
Universal.
Just
that is, Universal Tonality is the name of the CD. Yeah, and then I also collaborated. This is a jazz. These are all free jazz. Now, standard jazz I have also done a lot, like Summertime and many other, The Rain, and taking the song and then collaborating Indian way and jazz way, and then trading. And then I also do a lot with Afro jazz. So taking the beat of African beat, matching with Indian system, and then kind of improvising on that. And in Afro jazz, it's very hard to find any melody which is any full-fledged melody. It's sporadic. It's like, and for me it was like that. So connecting all those melodic combination in different parts of the octave, and then singing on that, it was a challenge, of course. And and lastly, it was I had a golden opportunity to work with a sopran singer, very famous sopran singer from Germany, Christiane Even, who actually this collaboration was a brainchild of a very famous piano player of Germany, Burkhard Kering, who is a half Indian, whose father was Indian. Is Indian, he's still alive. So this man is a very knowledgeable person, and he had a new idea for Beethoven Music Festival to do something to collaborate with Indian music. So he took the one piece, or vocal piece of Oliver Messiaen, a French composer I think he's from the modern era. He took one of the vocal composition of Oliver Messiaen. Oliver Messiaen is famous for introducing abstract notes, accidental notes, and creating some new kind of chromatic melodies, which does not exist in the basic framework of Western scales. So the Burkhard's the pianist idea was, if we could find some ragas with this accidental application of Oliver Messiaen, and sing those ragas in between. That was a great thing, So the vocalist was singing those phrases, and then a particular raga was emerging out of that, and I sang that raga in deep and absolutely Indian way. So there was no mix in gayaki or tradition. Tradition was kept intact, but we were like, some of Messiaen, a raga was formed, and I sing the raga. Again, from that raga, I was connecting to the next raga, and then another Messiaen with a separate raga. And so we did a 6 song cycle like that. And it was very interesting. And from that, we had Tori, we had Basant, we had Rishabh Priya. We had also a chromatic scale like Puriya Dhanasri. So I sang all these four ragas in between this sopran. And the most important thing was, sopran sing in very high scale. They sing from E sharp, very high notes. So wherever they were stopping, I had to start from that scale. That could be anything. And again she was starting. Then he was, stopping in another scale. So for me, with adjusting with the tanpura, with the tabla, and then singing, and then again giving back to her, it was a big experience. It was a really big experience. So, and I
Thank
really
you.
enjoy
Many,
doing
many
all these
thanks.
things.
Many thanks. So this is a true musicians. We can, through this talk, I know that this will be unending hours after hours, because you have got such a
Yeah,
great spectrum of
we have.
experiences. But it shows, it reflects a journey of such a knowledgeable and experienced musicians who are pushing the boundary of Indian classical music through her talent and contributions from one end to another. So you, because obviously you are quite loyal to your traditions, but again, you are quite open to working with other global
Yeah,
art forms and global
of course.
musicians. That's how. So this is the thing that I personally would like to see whether musicians are doing, uh, crossing crossing the boundary and then preaching this music, having a journey with the flag of Hindustani classical music or Indian classical
Yeah.
music all over the world. And our music is so flexible, and you are doing such a
Mhm.
fantastic job. Let us have the last concluding note from Mitul before I go for your last performance, Sangeeta ji. Mitul.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sangeeta ji, for your hypnotic session of music and talk. Your music was
Thank you
soothing
so
to
much.
the ears and pleasing to the heart. And surely such type of insightful talk can change the world through changing people. And one more thing I would like
Thank
to
you so much.
say for our audience is that Shoulder is a platform that promotes equality and social harmony through insightful music, talk, and poetry. And this is our way of standing beside humanity. May this journey continues forever. Thank you.
Many thanks, Mitul. Let us have the last performance from Sangeeta ji. Those who are, who came just now and do not know anything about Shodo, this is www.shodo.org. So Shodo is a global music platform, mainly promotes Indian classical music, but it also merges with other global art forms uh, to expand the boundary of music and to prove that music is universal, and it campaigns to create new audience of Indian classical music along with the regular loyal audiences. So like you mentioned about Senegalese music, we worked with, I'm not sure whether you had opportunity to work with another beautiful Senegalese instrument called kora.
Uh-huh.
And if you listen to kora is a string-based
Yeah.
instrument, and that is, I think that can go so well with our Hindustani classical music, and they have similar kind of teaching, similar kind of learning as we do in Hindustani classical music. So many thanks who are watching, who have watched as part of the series. Day after tomorrow, we are featuring one of the most talented Japanese singer, Rina Kato, and an Odissi group called Madhurya Art House. Two wonderful dancers who will talk and demonstrate. Kripa Iyer and Nilambari Prasad, along with Japanese music. So that is something that I'm personally looking forward to. And then those who are from Indian classical or Indian music, you can see how our Indian music has affinity with other global music like Japanese music. So many thanks. Let us finish with Sangeeta ji's last performance. Sangeeta ji, what are you planning to sing in the end?
A bhajan, 2 lines.
Great, great,
I started with bhajan. Let's end with
great.
bhajan.
Thank you.
जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत, जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत, अपने सुख से ओ सब लागे ओ, अपने सुख से ओ सब लागे ओ, क्या दारा क्या मीत, झूठी देखी प्रीत, जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत, मेरो मेरो सबे कहत है, मेरो मेरो सबे कहत है, सिख दे हारे अंत काल संगीने को, ए अचरज है रीत, झूठी देखी प्रीत, जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत, जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत, जगत में झूठी देखी प्रीत,
What a beautiful ending. Perhaps Shubhana is thinking of Shiv Prabhu Shuji's that song, Jamuna ki bolte pare.
Jamuna ke bolte pare.
You are because you sing that song, and then I was thinking you are perhaps you are hearing the resonance of that song. Anyway, many thanks. Shubhana, would like to add anything before we finish?
No, it was a wonderful session. Wonderful. Thanks again to Saudha and Kaishar Bhai for giving us this, memorable evenings after evenings, It's very difficult to choose which one was, not good. Each and every session is so unique. in its own way. And thank you, Sangeeta di. অনেক ভালো থাকবেন।
Thank you so much.
অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ আপনাকে।
Many thanks, those who watched so far. It was really educational one. And Saudha is delighted to feature such a wonderful and knowledgeable and experienced musician as part of the series. Sangeeta ji, many thanks for being
Thank
a
you
part
so
of
much.
this series.
Thank you
Another
very
thing
much
that
for inviting me.
I mean, Sangeeta ji's vision of or philosophy of music would be perhaps reflected even by the name of one of his song, which is prayer. And then perhaps through everything he does, he actually prays. Everything is done through music. And that prayer was the part of the best, the greatest song ever album.
Yes.
And this is such an honor to have that kind of musician. Music is quite prayer to her. So Shodha is hugely grateful for being the part of the series. And again, to Pandit Shankar Chatterjee ji, if he watches, many thanks for, first of all, perhaps playing and performing music, and then connecting so many and inheriting great tradition of Hindustani classical music. And then again, to have for your great teaching, for your great nurturing. Many thanks if you watch, and many thanks to audience again. See you soon again. Please stay tuned. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.